What is going on, you guys? I hope you're all having an embraceful day. Got the canard pieces primered up. As you guys can tell, it still has a little bit of pinholes here and there, but for the most part, I mean, they're still going to be overlaid with carbon fiber, even though I'm still going to fill in those pinholes with glazing putty. Nonetheless, I mean, I was able to do this in one day just because I felt kind of lazy not to do all the body work. I was going to pay $100 for a body shop to do it for me, which is crazy that they were going to charge me so much, especially since they charged me $80 for a bumper. You know, doesn't make sense. Good thing I went the route of doing it myself. It looks good, looks beautiful. We just need to paint them black. Whenever I do paint them black, that's when we're gonna be doing the overlay. Now that I got these done, I'm still gonna work on them right now, just put a glazing putty, but I wanna get started on putting the side skirt back on, the fender flare, the front fender flare back on, and trying to get it fit to the fender flare to the side skirt. If you guys watched the side skirt video, you guys would know that this piece right here was kind of not letting it sit perfectly fine, like with the side skirt. So I'm gonna, might as well, before I put this onto the car, I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this out, and after that we'll be able to see if there's any other modifications that I need to do in order to get this front fender flare to fit perfectly with the side skirt. So I got this little section that was right here cut off, and as you guys can tell, there's still a massive gap because of now this front piece right here. So I got the whole entire thing cut off, and now it's able to sit perfectly onto the fender, the actual fender. There's still a small little gap right here because I haven't put the glico pins onto here, which I don't need to, so I'm not gonna worry about that too much as long as we have one right here on this bottom corner. So this is what I'm noticing. You see how much more of a gap there's gonna be now. It's gonna look kind of funny. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna have to cut this off a little bit more higher and kind of extend it flat on top of right here on the side skirt to the end of it. So I'm gonna have to like bring it out somehow. Were able to tell on this fiberglass, the mat, I cut it into slits, that way it was able to fold or bend around this square type edge. So as you guys can tell, it's laying flat around there. So I'm waiting for these pieces to dry because I guess the back side for the front side actually did dry, but back here is still a little bit wet. So I'm gonna completely wait for those to dry, maybe in a couple hours. Meanwhile, I'm gonna start doing all the body work needed to get these fender flares where they're supposed to go, since the car is gonna be sitting for about a week. sadly, but I gotta wait for the alternator, the water pump, and all that stuff. So I'm gonna take advantage of it and start doing all the body work needed to get these done. So I'm ready to start putting the fiberglass mat onto here. I just let this piece of fender flare sit out on the furnace, and while it's in the sun, it's still a little bit chilly since it is a little windy, but I let it sit out in the furnace, and as you guys can tell, when it heats up and it gets warm, it's a lot more bendier, as you guys can tell. So I'm gonna put the fiberglass onto here. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time on the furnace, and then we're gonna put it onto the car right over there. We already got it taped up. We already got it put the wax on there, and now the fender flare is ready to get put on there so it can get its final shape and form. So as you guys can tell, this one is completely done. It's all the way around the corners, all the way to the bottom. This is going to take a little bit longer to dry than normal, because since the fiberglass is hidden behind the actual fiberglass through here, it's going to take a lot longer to do it. So I'm going to wait for that to dry for a full, completely entire day until I pull it off. Meanwhile, I'll probably do body work here and there on this throughout the week, but for now I think that's how I'm gonna leave this like that. I'm just gonna do the other side and we'll leave it like that for this video. So I got the driver's side done now as well. The only thing is I did run out of fiberglass resin, so I wasn't able to get to all the way like around the edges. So hopefully there was a great enough bondage in order for this piece, this whole section right here, to stiffen up and hold its shape. If not, I mean, we might have to do it again because I did run out of resin. Now that I got these two done, oh well. I'm gonna get to doing the other fender flares. So now these fender flares should be done. They should be dry already. I've given them a pretty decent amount of time. Yeah, they feel pretty dry. So the good thing is, like I said, when you mark it with Sharpie, as you can tell, the line is still there. So we're just gonna trim it off right there. So I got these pieces completely trimmed off, and as you guys can tell, goddamn, that thing looks so beautiful and so perfect. Look how perfect it sits all the way around the side skirt. It like sits perfectly on there. Now don't worry, I did mess up, but on the other side didn't come out as good as this one, and I'm not the type of person to hide all my failures and whatnot. I kind of want to show you guys as well. Not everything goes as planned. So as that being said, as you guys can tell right here, kind of didn't get enough fiberglass. It did trim off pretty perfectly right there. Right here it's pretty good. Right here it just needs to be trimmed off. And then right here I didn't add enough fiberglass on this side, because on the other side it actually does fill in right there. As you guys can tell, still part of the side skirt. Let's see if this focuses. Yeah, right there, as you guys can tell. So two options. I can cut this one off, redo it and try to get it a little bit better, or just work with what I have. I have this little section already made out as well. I can just put fiberglass on the bottom to fill in this little hole that's right there that I didn't get to, and to fill in on this side. So I think that's how I'm gonna do it. The only thing is, like I said earlier, when doing these fender flares, I ran out of fiberglass resin, and it's Sunday today, everything's closed, so I won't be able to get it until tomorrow. This side came out like on point. Like I can't ask for anything better than this side. Look at that, it hugs it perfectly. Look at it from the bottom. So I think with that, there's nothing else for me to do. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, guys. We got a lot of progress done. Just a little bit more body work that needs to happen. I know on the front bumper, we might have to do some more modification right here with the bumper cover. So look forward to that in the next video. I think that's gonna be the last thing I need to do in order to get the whole entire kit done. Besides, the body work is going to be the last thing, bondo here and there, but for the most part, everything's going to be done once that bumper cover fits the fender flare in the front. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and embrace yourself.